Hugh, you join us in the boardroom again where you're standing next to a Native American on a horse. Why don't you tell us about this wonderful trophy?
This rather unique trophy with the American on the horse was a result of our tour of America in 1931, when Celtic became the first team. We're always the first for something, aren't we? We became the first team in Europe to mount a proper tour of North America and Canada. It wasn't any normal tour because the team and the committee, the whole party, left by ocean liner from Glasgow. The trip took between 9 and 10 days, and then we played about 18 games in North America and Canada. And by the time that the team, the party come back with another 9 or 10 day journey, they were away for over 2 months, which is a wee bit different from the tours of America now when they're flying out by jet plane. Celtic, if you can imagine the expats in America and Canada at this time, many of them went out there not expecting to come back home again, possibly. And Celtic were received by not only the Celtic supporters, but all Scottish supporters. The tour proved to be very exhausting because apart from the games, there was many dances, dinners laid on by the expats. And it was said that many of the players were very tired after the tour, not only from the football, but it was very successful. And in the tours today, we've got many American people coming in the tour, and most of them are amazed to think that Celtic were out in America and Canada in 1931. Lots of the young people have actually taken to the internet in America to check out the tour, which is great. Jimmy McGrory would be probably the star attraction in that tour. But amazingly, he actually broke his jaw in the first game. His jaw was wired up, and he played for the rest of the tour, which might not happen nowadays, I'm thinking. But it was a wonderful tour.
And Hugh, why did this trophy and how was it presented?
It was presented by the American football authorities to Celtic in America, and they brought it back with them by ocean liner.
Now, you mentioned 1931. What was the state of football like in America back then? Was there a number of teams to play against?
I mean, quite primitive. The football in America, there were a number of teams, but probably more in a junior or amateur way. So Celtic became ambassadors to the game from Europe. And later in the 50s, Celtic mounted another tour of America. Then in the 60s, and then of course now it's quite commonplace to go. I should mention that one of the games was against Fall River of Canada, and a goalkeeper called Joe Kennaway played a marvellous game, and Celtic beat Fall River 1-0. And later, of course, just a few months after the party come back, you had the terrible tragedy of Johnny Thompson dying, and the team went back to Joe Kennaway, who'd played a marvellous game, and brought him back to actually replace John Thompson. Another factor in that tour was that Jimmy McGrory, on the way back, the ocean liner stopped north of Donegal in Inishowen, and a barge was sent out for Jimmy, who was brought back to Moville, where he married his sweetheart. So that was quite another occasion. Hope his jaw had healed up by that time.